Alright, so it's only been a few weeks since we were bombarded with videos about 5,000% potential, and 4 cryptos about to 44x, or 7 altcoins to 100x in 30 days. All letting us know that we needed to act fast and buy up all these altcoins that were going to shoot up due to the Bitcoin halving. Well, that didn't happen. Bitcoin is basically at the same price it was back on April 20th, which was the date of the last Bitcoin halving. And it's not just Bitcoin. BNB, Solana, XRP, Doge, ADA, SHIB, Link, AVAX, and a majority of the top 20 ranked cryptocurrencies are all either at the same price as they were on the halving day, or in many cases, the price is even lower than it was on halving day. And because of this, it seems that the narrative has shifted. I'm now seeing that crypto is broken and we are so and act fast. This means sell all your crypto. So in this video, we'll move away from the scare tactics, and I just want to tell you about 7 Polkadot altcoins that I think are severely undervalued. And we'll start right here because if you haven't been following Polkadot lately, they have a lot of big updates on the horizon. As we take a look at this tweet from Emil Keitzman on X, he says, Agile core time has already been implemented. This means instead of having to lock up a parachain slot for 2 years, we now have 28-day leases with the possibility of a renewal. Or you can also buy block space on demand. And the DOT revenue from core time sales is burned instead of locked. He points out there are also different proposals to reduce the inflation of Polkadot. And then this right here is huge, a shorter unbonding period. A new proposal suggests to change from a 28-day unbonding period to one that could be as fast as 2 days. So like I've been saying, Polkadot is a project that has a lot going on, but not a lot of attention being paid to it. With that being said, let's take a look at the first project that is taking AI to the next level. If you're anything like me, you're getting sick of living in a world where 2 useless dog coins garner more attention than the most transformational technology of our lifetime. And with artificial intelligence being the hottest buzzwords in crypto, and maybe even the entire world, I thought we'd check in for some updates with the Phala network. So if you've been following Phala on X, they are putting out a lot of good information, especially Crypto CapEx, who is an absolute must follow. And the 2 things I'm hearing and reading are that Phala is a co-processor and that they are creating something called the AI agent economy. So if we look at the concept of a co-processor, it's important to note that Phala originally introduced the concept of the FAT contract. FAT contracts are like supercharged smart contracts with the ability to access the internet and integrate Web 2 APIs. When we look at a co-processor, it maintains a lot of the same characteristics of a FAT contract when it comes to boosting efficiency. A co-processor will work with different blockchains, offloading complex tasks to be handled by the co-processor off-chain. This not only enhances the scalability, but also the security as well. So when you think about the issues that the Ethereum network is currently facing, co-processors resolve many of these. You fix the issue of scalability and high gas fees by processing transactions off-chain. And Phala also offers multi-chain support natively. Alright, now the other piece of this puzzle is the AI agent economy. According to Phala, the AI agent economy will combine the intelligence of AI with the decentralization of blockchain. They say that agents in this economy can autonomously perform tasks, manage assets, and interact with each other. And the plan is to use the principles of DeFi. So let's dive a little bit deeper into what this actually means. Phala brings up the issue that one reason we are not seeing an explosion in open source development in the area of AI is because creators feel underappreciated and users feel disconnected to the projects. Because of this, they are imagining a world where creators can launch AI agents as open source projects, with each agent acting autonomously like a protocol. Now, if you're a developer that wants to build an open source AI application, but you're concerned that the app will become popular and you will have no way to be compensated for your work, instead your AI agent can be its own crypto project, complete with governance, utility tokens, and even NFTs if you want. So I get that this concept is still very new, but there are definitely some benefits to the AI agent economy. One is pretty obvious, and that is increased liquidity. By applying the principles of DeFi and allowing people to invest in the projects they support, it's a real game changer for both the creators and the users. And the second benefit comes in the ability that each agent within the ecosystem has the ability to harness the knowledge and capabilities of all the other agents. And because of this, the agents will be able to adapt, learn, and improve their skills with each interaction. Phala gives us the example where your robot chef not only cooks your meal based on the recipe you give it, but also tweaks that recipe after each meal based on your feedback and learns from other chefs globally in real time while autonomously ordering all the ingredients. This is the future of artificial intelligence with the Phala coprocessor and the AI agent economy. And Phala is just one AI project that is utilizing Polkadot as a layer 0 blockchain solution. We'll take a look at a couple others later on in this video. But now I want to shift gears and look at one of the most exciting projects in all of DeFi that's running on Polkadot. There are a few projects within the Polkadot ecosystem that have garnered more support and attention than BiFrost. So let's take 3 minutes and simply explain what is BiFrost Finance. At its core, BiFrost is a non-custodial, omni-chain LSD protocol built on the Polkadot network. Let's break down what that means. Non-custodial, you control the private keys to your wallet. Omni-chain, the protocol works to connect various layer 1 blockchains. And LSD? No, not that one. Liquidity staking derivatives, or LSDs, provide users a way to get extra utility from assets that are currently being staked. And LSDs are one of the more complex topics in DeFi, but to simplify, they are basically like tokenized IOUs that are issued in exchange for staking various proof-of-stake tokens using a liquid staking platform like BiFrost. So, for example, when you stake ETH through a liquid staking provider, you deposit some amount of ETH on the platform and in exchange receive special tokens that match the value of your deposit. And with BiFrost, they mint V tokens, where the V stands for voucher, and depending what you stake, that's the V token you get. Stake ETH, get VETH. Stake DOT, get VDOT. These V tokens are what is known as LSDs. One thing that sets BiFrost apart from other SLPs or staking liquidity protocols is their omni-chain design concept. Unlike multi-chain or even cross-chain, omni-chain represents a prioritization of interoperability across the entire blockchain ecosystem. For developers, it provides the ability to build and design applications that operate cohesively across multiple chains, rather than replicating single-chain applications. And 2023 was a year that saw many notable accomplishments for BiFrost. They launched 2 new liquid staking tokens, ViaStar and VFill, and witnessed the surge in total value locked, or TVL, jumping from 43.5 million to 110 million. BiFrost also introduced their SLPX module, allowing users to mint, redeem, and swap V tokens across multiple chains without migrating assets to the BiFrost chain first. The increasing popularity of liquid staking derivatives is just another example of DeFi's ability to rapidly expand in order to meet the growing needs of the community. All right, BiFrost is a really great dApp. If you haven't used it, it is definitely something to check out. Link in the description box below. Let's move on to the third project because I think this is one a lot of people overlook when they think about Polkadot parachains. The Manta network is one Polkadot parachain that is attracting a lot of attention lately. Manta is designed to support the next wave of Web3 applications by leveraging zero-knowledge proofs, a type of encryption that allows one party to prove to another that something is true without revealing any information beyond the validity of the statement itself. The Manta network was created by a team of founders with various backgrounds. You have alumni from Harvard, MIT, and Algorand. In addition to that, they've received investments from Binance Labs and Polychain Capital, and also participated in Web3 accelerator programs, including Alliance DAO and Berkeley Blockchain Accelerator. If we break down the Manta network, it operates across 2 key platforms, Manta Pacific and Manta Atlantic. Manta Pacific serves as a layer 2 ecosystem on Ethereum, tailored for EVM native ZK applications. It's a solution for the high cost and slow performance that plague other networks, offering a more scalable and affordable environment for deploying zero-knowledge applications. Its universal circuits features allows developers to create ZK applications using Solidity, sidestepping the need to learn new languages and thus avoiding being locked into one specific ecosystem. Manta Atlantic, on the other hand, is a layer 1 solution on Polkadot, focusing on programmable identities and credentials via ZK SBTs, or zero-knowledge soul-bound tokens, that allow users to verify their real identities without compromising any information or data leakage about their on-chain activity. Zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs, offer a way of verifying the truthfulness of a claim without revealing the actual information behind the claim, like being able to convince your friend you know how a magic trick is done without revealing the actual secret. This technology definitely has many use cases, including identity verification and KYC, or Know Your Customer scenarios. ZKPs are designed to ensure the completeness, soundness, and confidentiality of transactions. And although the Manta network is beginning to gain some traction, 2023 hasn't been all sunshines and rainbows. Their billion-dollar token listing was somewhat marred by a DDoS attack and a mysterious token transfer. The Manta network has bounced back though, re-emphasizing security and saving users millions of dollars in fees. Manta network's approach to scaling and developing Web3 applications represents a significant shift from traditional blockchain solutions. By providing tools that simplify the development of ZK applications and offering a more scalable and cost-effective platform, the Manta network is paving the way for the broader adoption of privacy-centric Web3 applications. While zero-knowledge proofs might sound like some crazy wizardry shit to some, the Manta network continues to make this technology accessible and practical for real-world applications. All right, next I want to look at one of the most interesting and perplexing projects in all of crypto. The TAO token is up over 700% during the past year, yet when you ask most people what it does, it's hard to get a clear answer. At a very high level, we know that they are trying to incentivize intelligence by creating a peer-to-peer intelligence market. But what does that actually mean? I decided to read through all their docs. It took me quite a while because there are a lot of docs, and I'm also a slow reader, but I made it through, so here is my version of BitTensor simply explained in 3 minutes. All right, the first thing we need to understand is that BitTensor is an open source platform where users produce competitive digital commodities. Now, these digital commodities can be anything from machine learning intelligence to storage space, computing power, financial market predictions, the list goes on. And the ones who produce the best digital commodities are rewarded with TAO tokens. If we simplify this a little bit, BitTensor is a decentralized network that's designed to connect various machine learning models. You can think of this like a universal brain, where each neuron in the brain is its own machine learning model produced by different people all over the world. These models work together to produce information and provide the best possible response. And probably one of the most common questions about BitTensor is BitTensor a blockchain or an AI platform? With BitTensor, there is one blockchain, and they refer to this chain as subtensor. Then there are many subnets that are connected to the subtensor chain. To be more specific, each category of digital commodity is produced on a distinct subnet. So a subnet can be AI related, or it can be something else. Currently, the BitTensor network has 32 different subnets. And you can think of the subnet as a competition market. Within the subnet, you have miners and you have validators. And it works like this. Let's say you want to become a subnet miner. These subnet validators will give you some work to complete. Now, other subnet miners will also be given the same work. All the miners will complete the task and respond to the subnet validator with their work results. The subnet validator then ranks the quality of the work done by all the miners. If the quality of your work as a miner is high enough, you will receive rewards in the form of TAO tokens, with the highest rank work receiving the highest reward. Additionally, the subnet validator earns their own rewards by making sure the higher quality subnet miners are rewarded better so that the overall quality of the subnet is continuously improving. So we are still in the early days of decentralized AI development, but one thing I'm really excited about as these technologies continue to evolve is the ability it will give smaller companies to compete with larger organizations in terms of accessing top-level AI tools. All right, next we're going to take a look at a project that is changing the game when it comes to Web3 fundraising. Two things right off the bat that I love about Polimec are, one, they have a unique use case that is attacking a real problem, and two, they are leveraging the functionality of other Polkadot parachains to enhance their product offering. So let's take a few minutes and break down what is Polimec. When we come over to the website, we see that Polimec is a decentralized, community-driven funding protocol developed on Polkadot to accelerate the Web3 ecosystem.
So I read that and I'm thinking it sounds like GoFundMe and blockchain had a baby, but when you go a little deeper, Polimec is actually way more than that. As I said, one of the things I like about Polimec is they are attacking a real problem. And that problem is that the current process of raising funds sucks. It's highly trust-based, centralized, rife with inefficient policies and procedures, and limited to specific participants. Polimec fixes all of this, applying a blue ocean strategy to cut out all the unnecessary waste associated with fundraising and deliver an experience that is infinitely better and more fair for all participants. To better understand how Polimec works, we first need to understand some of the roles in the ecosystem. First, you have issuers. This is the group that is raising the funds with the intent to issue a token in the future. Next, we have evaluators. This group, as you might guess, is in charge of evaluating new projects that are seeking funding, and they are incentivized to do their due diligence and only approve valid and worthy projects. And you also have participants, and these are the ones that are contributing or investing funds to the new project, and this group is divided into retail, professional, and institutional. To make this all work, Polimec has established a few key partnerships. First off, we have Deloitte, who is one of the largest providers of KYC and AML services. Now, anytime you are participating in fundraising, you have to make sure you know your customer, KYC, and take the necessary steps to comply with anti-money laundering, AML. This integration allows users to share their info just once with Deloitte. Deloitte then issues a Web3 KYC AML credential that is stored using Kilt's decentralized ID management. And while Polimec is built on Polkadot, their goal is to expand their product offering to other ecosystems in the future. Because of this, Polimec is also collaborating with Moonbeam to empower EVM-based fundraising via Polimec. So definitely a project to keep your eye on, as the Polimec team remains very busy. Already in 2024, they have executed a successful token generation event for the upcoming PLMC token. In addition to that, staking is now enabled, and Polimec governance is also live. The next two projects are revolutionizing how we interact with AI technology. We'll start with Origin Trail because they have recently had a huge release. The Origin Trail has just released their newest white paper, version 3.0, and while it's only 12 pages long, it's absolutely packed with great information about not only the future of Origin Trail, but also the future of AI. The paper is called Verifiable Internet for Artificial Intelligence, the Convergence of Crypto, Internet, and AI. So let's take a few minutes and simply explain. All right, so before we can jump in and analyze the solution being proposed by Origin Trail in this white paper, we first have to understand the problem that needs solving. When you start to talk about artificial intelligence, the good and the bad is that AI has become an integral part of our daily lives. It's not only shaping how we interact with technology and access information, but also how we make decisions. However, the rapid advancement and widespread adoption of AI also raises significant concerns regarding transparency, accountability, and bias. Current AI models, which are generally known as large language models or LLMs, often struggle with things like hallucinations, where inaccurate responses are provided. You also have data ownership and intellectual property issues due to the use of copyrighted materials, and there's also a possibility that an AI model can collapse when synthetic data is used for training, meaning if an AI is trained on AI-generated information, it becomes less effective. In response to these problems, Origin Trail has introduced the concept of verifiable internet. The goal of verifiable internet is to leverage the benefits of blockchain technology to create a transparent and trustless digital ecosystem where information used by AI systems is easily verified and authenticated. If we dive a little bit deeper, one of the most important concepts in this white paper is something called information provenance. This ensures that the origin and history of the data is transparent and traceable. It also allows users to verify the authenticity and reliability of information by tracing its source. When you know where the data comes from, it allows the AI system to make more informed decisions and avoid relying on potentially biased or inaccurate sources. Now, the way Origin Trail accomplishes this is by expanding on a technique known as retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
Now, what RAG does is improve the knowledge of the AI model by incorporating information from outside sources. But Origin Trail takes this to another level by introducing the decentralized version of RAG, known as DRAG, which uses decentralized knowledge graph or DKG technology to ensure that the external facts used by the AI models are verifiable and trustworthy, significantly reducing the risk of misinformation and bias. In the verifiable internet ecosystem, participants are incentivized to create and validate knowledge through a mechanism known as knowledge mining. You also have something called autonomous paranets, which are community-owned units within the DKG that can provide data on or about a specific topic. And not only are users rewarded for supplying and verifying data, but businesses can also charge a fee to access the data contained on their paranet, which would be the equivalent of a paywall. The paper also talks about the possibility of an AI-powered autonomous DKG, saying that as the volume of knowledge accumulates, autonomous knowledge mining becomes viable. And by using deductive reasoning, new knowledge can be logically derived from existing data. At the same time, using inductive reasoning, patterns and regularities in the data can be identified through AI algorithms. So this is as amazing as it is horrifying, but when you stop and think about it, this technology exists. It's out there. We can't deny it, nor is it going away. We should all be thankful that we have a project like Origin Trail that lets you be part of the solution. And last, we'll take a look at NeuroWeb, a project that is harnessing the power of Origin Trail. I don't even know if we truly appreciate how lucky we are to be living in this time of transformative technological advances. The birth of artificial intelligence, the rise of the decentralized knowledge graph, and now the incentivizing of knowledge mining. All things that will be written about in the history books for years to come. And while there's no doubt that Origin Trail stands at the front of the line when it comes to decentralized AI innovation, we now also have NeuroWeb, which is powered by Origin Trail, which is secured by Polkadot. So I want to break down what NeuroWeb actually is. I'll show you what it does versus what Origin Trail does, and we'll talk about the difference between the two tokens, Track and Neuro. But let's start off with what is NeuroWeb. The NeuroWeb network is a decentralized AI blockchain that is designed to incentivize knowledge creation, and it does this through a process called knowledge mining. And NeuroWeb defines knowledge mining as the process of producing high-quality, blockchain-tracked knowledge for artificial intelligence. So if we dive a little bit deeper, there are 4 general steps in the knowledge mining cycle. First off, you have discovery. During this phase, contributors discover profitable gaps in knowledge mining within the DKG, and these gaps are signaled by knowledge-consuming applications. The next step is publishing. So once a gap is identified, knowledge miners create and publish a set of knowledge assets in the DKG. The goal here is for the DKG to incentivize the highest quality knowledge assets. After publishing, we move to enrichment. This is where participants work together to improve existing knowledge contained within the DKG. This can be done by linking new knowledge assets to existing high-quality assets. Miners can also place a direct economic stake on specific knowledge assets to help ensure validity. And lastly, we have learning. This is where the system finally learns from the previous steps of updating the DKG with the new relevant information. Now, when we look at the two tokens, Track and Neuro, Track is a non-inflationary utility token used for DK operations and incentivizing protocol behavior within the Origin Trail ecosystem. Track is used for such tasks as publishing knowledge assets on the network, as well as fueling the entire DKG. On the other hand, Neuro tokens are specifically used within the NeuroWeb blockchain. Neuro tokens are used for things like transaction gas fees on the NeuroWeb blockchain and providing incentives for knowledge miners within the NeuroWeb AI layer. So if we visualize this at a high-level holistic view, we have the DKG, the decentralized knowledge graph, and this is divided into smaller networks called paranets. These paranets are specialized to provide information on different specific topics. And then you have knowledge miners that are supplying this information for these specific paranets. The knowledge miners that are producing the most accurate information are rewarded with Neuro tokens. And by doing it this way, it goes along with the main message that you see when you come to the NeuroWeb website. The way you train that AI system will have to be crowdsourced. If you want a repository of all human knowledge, all humans need to contribute to it. All right, so those are 7 of the top Polkadot parachains offering real-world utility with a wide variety of use cases and some projects that I feel are severely undervalued as we close out 2024. Talk to you next time.